The story begins with a local criminal named Chain and his two associates, Lake and Fat, who are chasing a couple. The couple flees into the jungle, but the gangsters quickly catch them and brutally murder them. The scene shifts to a couple, Yud and Ba. They are deeply in love and plan to marry. However, Yud's parents disapprove because Ba is a mute girl and comes from a poor background, as her father had abandoned them. Despite their disapproval, Yud is determined to marry Ba. One day, while Yud and Ba are heading home after catching crabs, village bullies hit Ba with a stone, injuring her head. Yud takes her home, where Ba's mother treats her wound. Ba's mother then advises Yud to stop seeing Ba, suggesting he could find a better wife and family. Yud insists he loves Ba and doesn't care about the villagers' opinions, choosing to stay with her despite the opposition. The next day, they spend time together fishing. In the same village live Chain and his associates, who seem to do nothing but cause trouble, surviving by stealing. Chain's wife often scolds him for his behavior, but he ignores her. When Yud and Ba are returning with their catch, Chain and his friends block their path and try to steal their fish. Chain begins to harass Ba, and when Yud tries to intervene, the three gangsters easily overpower him. Chain's wife suddenly appears and drives her husband and his associates away, saving Yud and Ba. That evening, Yud's father urges him to go to Bangkok for a better job and to earn money, but Yud says he prefers the quiet life of the village over the city. The following morning, a thief steals bananas from a shop and runs. Ba happens to walk by with bananas at the same moment, and the shopkeeper mistakes her for the thief, yelling abuses at her. Unable to speak, Ba cannot defend herself and starts crying. Later that day, Yud's mother visits Ba's mother, declaring she will not allow her son to marry a mute girl and ordering her to keep Ba away from Yud. Ba overhears this and is heartbroken. She goes to the field, crying and questioning why the entire village hates her. Yud arrives, hugs her, and promises never to leave her and to marry her soon. While they are fishing, Chain and his associates arrive, kidnap Ba, and take her to the jungle. Chain forcibly tries to undress her. When Ba fights back, the three men beat her mercilessly. Meanwhile, Yud, unable to find Ba, discovers her slipper. Realizing she is in danger, he searches the jungle and finds the gangsters attacking Ba. He fights them to save her, but is quickly overpowered and severely injured. Chain then sexually assaults Ba, after which the gangsters kill both Yud and Ba and bury them in the jungle. When Ba doesn't return home that night, her mother worries. The next morning, she visits Yud's family and discovers Yud is also missing. The parents of both couples begin searching for them. In the field, they find Yud's belongings, increasing their panic. A man informs them that Chain and his associates had been following the couple. They confront Chain, who threatens them and chases them away. The worried parents file a missing persons report with the police, stating their suspicion of Chain and his friends. The police officer, however, says they lack evidence to act against Chain and suggests Yud and Ba might have run away to the city to start a new life. We then see Lake wandering alone, overwhelmed by guilt for his crime. When Chain and Fat find him, Lake says he feels terrible and wants to change, suggesting they all quit their bad deeds. Chain becomes enraged, pulls out a gun, and threatens to kill Lake if he ever reveals their secret to the police. The three men go hunting in the jungle. Suddenly, the ghost of Ba appears, terrifying them and forcing them to flee the jungle. That night, while drinking with some girls, Lake goes outside and sees a girl in a white dress on the ground. When he turns her over, he sees it as Ba. Terrified, Lake runs back to his friends. They all go home, but the fear of Ba haunts them, especially Lake, who is attacked by repeated visions of Ba in his bed, preventing him from sleeping. The next morning, Lake tells Fat about his terrifying night, and Fat is shocked, admitting he is also having frightening visions. Lake urges Fat to leave the village for a job in the city, fearing ruin if the villagers find out about their crimes. Fat argues it's too hard for them to find work elsewhere, so they must stay. The three return to the jungle to hunt. Ba appears before Lake and chases him. As Lake runs, someone hits him on the head with a wooden branch. Fat, disturbed by the fear, goes to the bathroom and sees the ghost of Yud, making him even more terrified. The next morning, Fat goes to the temple to pray for his life, then meets Chain, announcing his intention to confess their crimes to the villagers. Chain punches him and orders him to be silent. When Fat insists on telling the truth, Chain beats him brutally and threatens to kill him, forcing Fat to back down. That night, Chain has a terrible dream where the ghosts of Yud and Ba have tied him to a bed and are tormenting him, approaching him with an axe. The next day, while Fat is fishing in a river, he hears a terrifying sound. He looks around but sees no one. He hears a splash, which scares him more. As he tries to flee into the jungle, someone grabs him from behind and drowns him. The sudden deaths of Fat and Lake alarm Chain's father, who urges Chain to confess his sins before he meets the same fate. Chain refuses, fearing jail if he confesses. That night, Chain wakes up to a noise from the kitchen and wakes his wife, asking if she heard anything. She angrily scolds him for disturbing her sleep and goes back to sleep. Chain hears the noise again, and terrified, he goes to turn on the light, finding the fluorescent tube is broken. Afraid of the dark, he lights a candle, which instantly blows out. He lights it again, and as he turns around, the ghost of Ba is right in front of him. Chain, in terror, grabs a knife and repeatedly stabs the ghost, only to realize he had been attacking his own wife, killing her. Chain cries in disbelief. Suddenly, an unknown person comes from behind and knocks him unconscious. When Chain wakes up, he is tied up. Yud and Ba appear, revealing they are still alive. They explain that after Chain and his associates buried them alive, it started raining shortly after, which loosened the soil, allowing them to dig themselves out and escape. They decided to hide in the jungle to nurse their wounds and fully recover so they could take revenge. Once recovered, they began their plan, realizing that to eliminate evil, they had to become evil themselves. They started taking revenge on their enemies, killing them one by one. Chain begs for his life after hearing their story, but Yud and Ba ignore his pleas, kill him, and complete their revenge. The movie ends here.